I've been going down an absolute tech rabbit hole recently, just trying to find a good way of recording videos, capturing everything that I want to do, but then at the same time, trying to make it a nicely put together setup as opposed to needing to set up everything from scratch and then take it down again, as I haven't got a perfectly pretty space to do all YouTube stuff. So yeah, this may be the year, money permitting, that the 2011 MacBook Pro I'm gonna say goodbye to it and upgrade it, just so I can just record directly through OBS, because it will make my life a lot easier. So that's been a lot of what I've been doing at the moment. But then in addition to that, just been working on this sample pack, and yeah, been getting really into it and been learning a lot with going through the process of creating it. And it just got me thinking about the benefits of focusing on one thing, because it's needed me to focus on this and to really make it work in a way and to reach its potential, what I see it could do. So I wanted just to do a quick video just to talk about what the benefits are of focusing on just one thing. And I think the first thing with all of that is just actually perfecting the workflow of a task. I mean, the first one I did, which was free, which I've been messaging people about, I was creating beats, not sharing those, but that providing a basis for me to create bass lines so it feels like it's within a song and not just me playing randomly. But what I did was I was creating these beats as I was going and then putting a bass line on top of it. And this time round I learned, let me just do things in batches. Let me create all of the beats first so they're all there, and then I just go into Logic and then just throw up one and then record a bass line on it. So I've approached it a bit more like, say, what a vocalist would do, where they've got, you know, a batch of beats or productions, and then they go to write to it, or, you know, sing or MC, or however they do their vocals. So I've been doing it like that this time round and found it a lot more productive, and it's allowed me just to get straight into what I want to do, as opposed to fiddling around with other things. So that's been a benefit. And I wouldn't have got to that if I hadn't just exclusively focused on just making sample packs at the moment. And something else which is really highlighted is, I suppose, my personal playing. I haven't been able to hide from it. You know, I'm really into production as well, but doing sample packs, I'm focusing on bass lines, so I'm playing a lot of bass at the moment and I'm really enjoying it. But what I'm learning is, I'm learning a lot of strengths that I have, I feel as if rhythmically I'm quite strong and I'm quite good at coming up with a melody, a melodic bass line that you can sort of hum and it's a part within itself. I find I'm quite strong at that, and I was aware of it a bit, but I suppose it's just reinforced it. So it's made me feel a bit better with myself, actually listening back to it and realizing how that comes to me. So I've learned some strengths and it's reinforced some things. But also a third point is that I've definitely learned some weaknesses, in that I was talking about this with my friend the other day. I think there's a fine line between having a personal style and having limitations. So there are things that I like to do, but there's things in my playing I'm thinking, Paul, you're doing that habit because you can't do anything else. It sounds like you're running out of ideas, and I want to be the best that I can, so I need to get to work. So with that, it's a part of my practice I've neglected. I say neglected, let me keep it real, but I haven't really done. I've heard about it, but I've never actually delved into this. But I need to get into transcription. I need to get into finding tunes that I like, picking them apart, playing them in different ways, just so I can add different ideas to my playing to mix it up, because it's getting to that point where I need to get into that now, just to add that variety to my playing. So it's definitely highlighted that, and I can't hide from it anymore, and it needs to be done. So it's definitely highlighted some weaknesses. And then within all of this, it's time management. This has probably been the biggest learning for this so far, because it's snowballed into so many other things. I mean, firstly, with producing the sample pack, you know, it's my time. And with that, I haven't been able to focus as much time on other priorities. I've needed to reduce the priorities on other commitments, say for example doing custom production. So with that, I'm focusing on sample packs. So with custom production, I'm not actively promoting as I once was, and the reality of that is that when I do custom production, it's going to be more expensive. The price is going to go up. Same quality, but I need to really account for my time, and I can't charge what I previously charged before because I'm going to be doing it less frequently. So that's been one knock-on effect, and just help with tasks as well. I'm in the middle of recruiting for a digital marketing media assistant, just to help me with some messaging, because I'm looking at my time and I want to keep in contact with people, messaging, reaching out to people that may be interested in joining the mailing list. And I will be doing it as well. So it's not a delegation, it's more additional support to help me reach out to the number of people that I want to. So that's resulted in me investing money in creating a role, looking what I want it to do, how much I can afford, and recruiting for that. And I think that process in itself might be another video, because there's been a lot of things that have come from that. But essentially, for this, of what I'm talking about now is I'm needing to get some extra help to help me focus on some things that I need to do. And then it's got me thinking about the sample pack process, in that I'm working on one, I've almost finished it, but then thinking of how life might pan out, in that I don't want to be in a situation where I'm always creating and there's nothing in the pipeline, because I want to manage my life of not work at 24/7 and, you know, have time where to focus on other things, or even just to have some time off, similar to how a full-time employee may have annual leave. I want to create some annual leave as well, because I think that's a healthy balance. So it's got me thinking about those things, as well as when I get into customer service life of messaging back people. So there's actual realities now on my time, but it's got me thinking about how that actually might affect what's coming up in the future. So I'm definitely thinking a lot about that, and overall just really looking at what I'm doing, and really accounting for things, of, you know, spreadsheets of blocks of time of what I've achieved in that time period, just to make sure that I'm on task and I'm on track. And ultimately that's where my head has been at the moment. And I wouldn't have learned all of those things if I hadn't have just focused on one thing. And it's delved into all of these other things, really. The creative aspect is in my actual playing, and then I suppose the doing business aspect of like managing my time. And within all of that, there has been something that I'm quite wary of, in that, especially getting somebody to help me message people. Right now, it's been me personally DMing people, and it's felt very personal, because it has been. And I hope getting support from somebody else feels less impersonal. But I hope if people end up checking this out, that they are sort of like understanding that trying to juggle a few things, and it's difficult to do everything myself, and that messages don't come across as spammy and impersonal. They've still got that real feel of somebody reaching out to you, that they actually like your music, even though it's not me directly. It may be, it may not be, because I'm getting that additional help. So that's where my head has been at recently. And yeah, as I said, just through the recruiting process, I might do a video on that, because that's already been an eye-opener, even though I've recruited before, but not in this sort of capacity. So it's definitely highlighted some things for me. And yeah, I'll be back again with some more content as I'm gearing up towards releasing the sample pack and other things I discover along the way. So I'll chat to you soon.